Yeah, hello everybody. I'll start with the introduction. Maybe can you go to the next slide? Yeah, okay. So for a start, I think the other two groups did some introduction already, so I'll keep it short and only mention three key things about Dolby. First of all, I think everyone already know Dolby engineered an optical sound technology for film, which was better and also more cost effective than the existing one. And at the point of time, it was backwards compatible for cinemas which had not yet upgraded their facilities. And the next 2 points I will touch on is their business strategy and also their IP strategy. Regarding their business strategy, what they did was to enter the Hollywood film industry in the 1970s was to adopt something like an ecosystem approach, whereby they spend years studying the industry and building mutually beneficial relationships with all the players involved, which includes people like the filmmakers, studios, distributors, and also the cinema exhibitors. And what they aim to do was to embed themselves within this highly networked ecosystem, which make them successful. So lastly, regarding the IP strategy, what they did was to provide free or discounted technology and services to filmmakers while insisting on the appearance of their logo in all the credits of the films. So this is a little bit kind of a marketing which embed itself into the consumer's mind. And with this strategy, this helped to build their brand and also the trademark, which proved to be a very potent draw for moviegoers, and that signal something that they would. Sorry, I can't see the last sentence. To enjoy. I mean, basically, it is something brand building, and that help in terms of their success in the long run. So I'll pass on to our next teammate, who will talk about task one.
This is me. So the question which we needed to consider is what was Dolby's business strategy to enter the Hollywood film industry in the 1970s, and which IP strategy did it use for it? So as we already learned, Dolby was established in 1965. So back in 1970s, Dolby was yet not a very well-known company. But the company had great valuable resources to approach the Hollywood filmmaking industry. In particular, Dolby recognized the poor sound quality in cinemas at the time and believed that their noise reduction technology could improve the audio experience. This technology had the added benefit of being backwards compatible for cinemas that had not yet upgraded their facilities. So in other words, it could be used for the films which were already filmed to improve the quality of the sound. In addition to that, Dolby possessed and developed high standard projection technology and was capable of providing various associated services within that technology. So speaking from a market-based perspective, Dolby's strategy to enter the Hollywood film industry in the 1970s was centered around understanding the film ecosystem and establishing mutually beneficial relationship with the key players in the industry. They studied and analyzed all elements of this ecosystem, including filmmakers, studios, distributors, and cinema exhibitors, to identify how Dolby could provide value to each of these stakeholders. So that helped Dolby to formulate and develop its value proposition, which ensured that all players in the industry would benefit from the inclusion of Dolby technology in the ecosystem. So Dolby's revenue model was designed to align with the ecosystem's dynamics. While Dolby earned little from providing technology and services to studios, it generated significant revenue from cinema owners who purchased projection equipment and associated technical services. Another important point to mention here is that while Dolby often provided free or discounted technology and services to filmmakers, they insisted on the appearance of Dolby logo in the credits of all films, mastered using their technology. So after the release of Kubrick's Clockwork Orange in 1971, this was the first film to employ noise reduction technology. And then the huge audience response to Lucas' Star Wars in 1977, which used the Dolby stereo technology. The two directors became huge advertisers for Dolby, and its technology soon became the de facto standard in Hollywood films. This approach aimed to embed Dolby within the industry and position it as a trusted and valuable technology provider, And certainly this approach helped to build a strong reputation associated with the Dolby's trademark. And can you go to the next slide, please? So having considered the Dolby's business model based on the holistic ecosystem approach, we may appreciate that the main IP strategies that Dolby followed in the 1970s was a combination of value-added monopoly and monopoly in a box. Obviously, Dolby tried to patent all the main user-relevant features when it comes to technology and deliver it to all the players in the film industry. And at the same time, on the other hand, thanks to Dolby's innovative technology and the active use of the logo, the Dolby trademark became a recognizable symbol of high-quality sound. Ever since, wherever the trademark appeared, it communicated the idea of superior high-quality sound to everybody within the film industry, starting from the filmmakers to the ordinary moviegoers. So it was not that so important what was inside this box, but the logo already stated that it was superior quality. So these are two main strategies, and now I would like to give the floor to Anne, who will proceed with analyzing relevant IP rights.
So question number 2 is identifying the IP rights that are supporting the IP strategy for Dolby. And so one thing that we noticed was Dolby's flexible approach to IP rights. And in particular, there was really no heavy focus on one particular type of IP protection from Dolby. And so that allowed them to have this, as Victor described, what we found to be a mix of the monopoly in a box and the value-added monopoly. So starting with patents, Dolby used patents obviously to protect first its optical sound technology, noise reduction technology, and also allowed it to have backwards compatibility to older systems. The patents provided that noise reduction and optical technology. However, Dolby also had a strong emphasis on trademarks and tying trademarks not just to the functional benefits of its technology, but really the quality of the product and the quality of the brand, and building the Dolby brand through the 70s. So we saw that through logo, as other groups have talked about, sound marks, again, signifying quality and spreading brand awareness and this reputation through the different players that Dolby interacted with, filmmakers, distributors, studios, etc. We also saw the use of copyrights with respect to different Dolby algorithms for encoding, decoding, audio and video, audio editing, compression, all of those. And as other groups have talked about, this also supported the ability to license the different IP rights, both to consumer product manufacturers and streaming platforms, so different partners for Dolby. And again, this aligns with what Victor described as a mix of the value-added monopoly and the monopoly in a box strategy. So overall, what we saw in the 70s was this hybrid approach or distributed approach to IP rights, which really positioned Dolby well as it transitioned into the 80s.
So one company that uses a similar IP strategy to Dolby is another industry, is Apple. Apple is known for its ecosystem approach to product development and intellectual property management, just like Dolby. Apple has built a highly integrated ecosystem that includes hardware, software, and services, and it has designed its products and services to work seamlessly together. Like Dolby, Apple has focused on branding and trademarks to establish itself as a leader in the industry. The company has created iconic product designs and logos that are easily recognizable and help to build brand loyalty among its customers. However, there are also some differences in the IP strategy used by the two companies. While Dolby has primarily focused on licensing its technology to other companies, Apple has been more focused on building its own proprietary technology and protecting it through patents. Apple has a large portfolio of patents that cover a wide range of technologies, including its hardware designs, software features, and user interfaces. In addition, Apple has also been more aggressive in enforcing its intellectual property rights through litigation. The company has been involved in a number of high-profile patent disputes with competitors over the years, and it has sometimes been criticized for using its IP rights as a weapon to stifle competition. Overall, while Apple and Dolby share some similarities in their IP strategies, there are also some important differences based on the nature of their respective industries and business models. Thank you.